Hey everyone, it's Eddie here at Eddie Makes Art, and today we're going to do a mini long haul, and I'm going to use this stencil. Now, this is a prototype. It says it right there. It's called Love Lattice. Now, the updated final version you can find at pmartiststudio.com, and this is by my friend Becky Bokern. And she has several other designs. This is her latest one. It's perfect for Valentine's. So let's do a long haul, a short one, and we'll use this stencil. And what a long haul is when you take your stencil, you lay it down on your plate, and then you do layers and layers of paint. And every time you layer some paint down, you pick it up with paper or tissue, and you just keep doing that until you create outlines that are left behind around the different edges of the stencil. So when you lift it, you have this great outline, and then we'll pick that up as a final print. So I want to make sure this is nice and secure onto the gel plate. Obviously, I'm using my 5x7 plate. This stencil I only have in the 5x7, which is perfectly fine. So I got my smaller paper all cut up, ready to go. So I'm going to start with the black. I like the black, especially early on, because it makes for a nice outline base. I think that's enough. I got to remember, I'm just using a small plate here. Just a small plate. You do need enough paint to get into all of your open areas of the stencil. So we're going to get all that in there. And remember, you leave the stencil down during this process. I have other videos in a playlist called Long Hauls that you can check out, where I've done long hauls on the larger scale, mostly 8x10s. So today I have some white Hammermill color copy paper. It's a premium 32 pound. So we'll get that on there. And I don't want to leave it on too long because it's a brand new stencil, or clean. I've used it before, but it's clean now. And so the paper can stick if it's left too long on a bare stencil. And if you see that, that's actually some paper starting. So I left it on just for enough time, but it creates a beautiful print. So the rest of this, I'm going to go ahead and pick up with a piece of carnival tissue. This is a wet strength tissue, so it holds up to several layers of wet media. And then just go in there, get all the nooks and crannies as best you can, but you don't want to overdo it. Just, you get the majority of it. Remember, we're just adding paint and removing it, adding paint, removing it. So you end up with all sorts of cool prints. This one is just being stubborn. I'm gonna leave that. All right, so we've got 2 prints so far. And I'm gonna keep that tissue to the side. I can use that to pick up more layers. So basically I selected silver, white, black, and all the reds I have, almost all the reds, and a pink. And we'll play around and see what we can come up with. Let's go ahead and go for, let's do the crimson. You know what I want to do? Let's do the rose. I just want to see how it looks against this with the black that's on the plate. And another fun thing that happens when you're doing a long haul is when you use a thinner paint, like a fluid acrylic, something stickier, it starts to pull up what's on the stencil, and it gives you some really cool effects on your prints. All right, and I'm wearing my speaking voice is bad today. Sorry, allergies. So I'm using label paper to brayer off on and then create labels from those. We're picking up. Let's try the paper again. this one, I'm gonna use this side of my Baron and try and get into all those good nooks and crannies. Again, this is called Love Lattice. It comes in 3 sizes. The Final Cut design comes in 3 sizes: 5x7, 8x10, and 9x12. And it's an open stencil, meaning so basically it's a mask. It doesn't have a border. See, the paper is starting to stick here. Although, actually no, see what happened? That was this heavier body paint, the rose, picking up what was on the stencil. So you see here some is left behind, but a lot of it was picked up onto the print. So we get this really cool pink and black print. I really like that. Let's keep going. Cad Red, Deep Hue. So I figure if I get these prints done early enough, I can do some Valentine's stuff with it. Maybe. Or Valentine themed sort of stuff. All right, that's a great color, shade of red. That is, again, Cadmium Red Deep Hue. It's by Liquitex. Very nice. Grunge. Let's get another piece of tissue for the red. And you see it kept picking, it keeps picking stuff up from the stencil. And that's another good tip when you're doing a long haul, is alternate between more transparent paints and thinner paints and your thicker and heavier body paints and opaque paints. That helps to create this nice balance where you get a good buildup on the stencil, and then, you know, like I said, the fluids, the stickier paints is gonna pull that up off the actual stencil, so you get some cool grungy looking bits that come up onto the paper. And it's sometimes really, really good. Shall we go? Let's do some white. I think the white one I'm just gonna pick up on tissue. I don't know, let's see. We'll try the paper first. Well, you know what? Let's do it on here. Why not? Sometimes I just use my knuckles like this. It gets into the smaller areas easily. Oh, nice. Very cool looking effect. Sometimes the prints throughout the long haul turn into your favorites. Nice. So let's see, what's gonna be the next color? I did want a blue. I thought I pulled a blue out. Guess I did not. This blue here, this is Phthalo Blue from Liquitex. This is a very intense blue. Remember, don't need a ton of paint. And that's the thing about working with different size plates, is like you get used to one size, and then you get another size, and then you got to get used to that one, and then you get a third size, you get used to that one, and then you go back to the first one, and you're like, okay, can't use as much paint. We're only doing half the size prints, if not less. Put that there. beautiful blue. It starts to dry on me. Let's get some. Get a print off of this. Hopefully this won't stick, because we've got a lot of stuff up off the stencil already. So just got to keep this in mind. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. See, it's a really pretty shade of blue. Almost electric, but not quite. Let's go metallic. I want to do this iridescent red-blue from Pebeo. Let's get a little, oh, that's not too bad. Skin on there. This is a wonderful metallic color. I just ordered some things from Blick, and I think I got a gold in the Pebeo metallic and a blue, a darker blue, because I have the blue-green, but I wanted the dark blue, something darker, and as I said, a gold one. Paper, where are you, paper? Now, some of these prints are great as they are. Some might need another layer, like a glaze or something else. And some might be great candidates for doing your colored pencil work on. Ooh, look at that. That's a great combo, because that has blue in it. This red, it's red blue, so it's got blue in it, which paired well with the blue that was already on the stencil. Oh, that's wonderful. Here's that tissue. There it is. Glad I'm paying attention to the amounts of paint, because sometimes when you put too much paint, it gets just messy and slippery and slidey. It's nice. I like that. All right, so we did, that was the metallic. Let's do this other red. This one is cadmium red hue, medium red hue. So the other one is deep. This is medium. Now, you know what to do? Let's do an ombre. Mini ombre here. Put in a little white. All right. Quite interesting. Notice from the last print, I gotta concentrate on the center better. Oh, the stencil came up. Did I stick to the paper? Almost. Ooh, scared me for a second. No, that was just because the paint is like very wet, but it lifted the stencil, and I thought I had stuck to the paper, but I have not. Oh, nice. It's very nice. It almost gives me those bandana vibes. Remember those red bandanas with the details on them? That reminded me of. Okay. Let's get some of this up. Some of that blue up. All right, I'm gonna go for something darker now. Here we go. Let's choose iridescent graphite. It's Liquitex. All right. Sorry, that's the label paper curling up as I add paint to it. It's weird noise. Come on, lay flat. Ooh, very cool. A lot of puckering in there. And those open spaces. Look at that, giving back. Isn't that great? Okay, let's keep going. What color do we want to do next? Oh, we haven't done this one. This is the crimson, alizarin crimson from Lucas Krill. Another intense color, you don't need a lot. This is murdery red. Now, we did pull off a lot of stuff from the stencil, so I want to make sure I don't leave this on too long or press it too hard. Still giving. Look at that. It's a really nice, brightish red. I'm loving that grungy detail from the stencil. Love it. It's got red in it. Yeah, this has permanent red 146 and permanent violet 23. This is Lucas Krill. Mauve. It's all over my fingers. Oops. Okay. Last night I was did some gel printing, or it was a couple nights ago, and I was using the black, and it was when I went to wash my hands, I looked in the mirror and it was all over my arm. It's like Patricia Mariah says, put my arm through the gravy. Have you arted though if you're not covered in paint? I don't think so. Wow, wow, wow. I love that color. Nice. Very nice. I've got several prints already. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 prints already, and I've only been going a few minutes. So On a small plate, it goes faster. Try a small hull. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do another layer of black. I think that would be quite helpful in defining the outlines to give us a nice leftover on the plate for us to pull later in a final pull. Let's see here, come on. All right, you stay down. That one got really good coverage on there. And then which tissue? Let's start another one. Very nice, very cool. And then let's see how we're doing. So you see some of the paint, and that happens, might go into the stencil, especially the more delicate flippy-uppy parts. That's okay. That just adds to the last final print. So shall we do another? Let's do another pink, and this time maybe mix it up with some yellow. Let's do, what's this? Is this my yellow? This is yellow ochre. This is, these are both Lucas Krill Rose or Rosa and yellow ochre. Yeah, rose, yellow ochre. That's enough. Yeah, let's go at an angle. Why not? This might be a little weird looking, however, it will add to the final print, which is mainly what I'm looking for. And also, it's fun to experiment, mixing your colors, you know. You learn what not to do, and you learn what you really, really love that you never thought of. Okay, this is why I did this. Because those two, one's a heavy body and one's middle of the line heavy body, they pull really well. And you look and see all that stuff from the stencil. So it's actually really turned out really good. Okay. Got that. Should just do one just yellow ochre. One just yellow ochre. Anything else in here? Maybe a little bit of white just to tone it down. Yeah, it's hard to mix when you get the stencil already on the plate, but you can do your best. Do a couple more prints, and then we can pull the stencil and see what's left. See how beautiful that looks. buildup from the edge of the plate. Okay. I'm going to leave that on there, and I'm going to keep going with another color. I'm going to try this terracotta here. Should go well with the coloring that's already on here. Careful, this one does dry quicker. Ooh, look at that. That's a great color. So tissue-wise, let's use, here, we'll use this one. That was the first one we did pull on. Black, and then there was a pink and the white. Now this, you see how great this stencil's looking? All right, what have what haven't I used? Gold, let's use some gold. I want a little gold. Now this one should look very good. Very spectacular. Started to stick there. You see? All right, you see this here? That's the paper starting to come up, but we got it up before it really stuck. That could have been a messy situation, but look how beautiful. The gold with all those red tones and some of the black, some of the darker colors, some of the blue in there. That looks great. So it's not as dark as the alizarin, but this is a transparent paint, which is nice. It's a great quality. The Galleria by Winsor Newton. This collection is pretty good so far that I've been using them. I think I have one more color I want to use after this, one more paint, and then we can pull it for the final. Or pull the stencil so we can see what's left. Let that dry, and then we can do a final print. Yeah, see. Similar to the alizarin, but brighter or lighter in hue. Nice, that could definitely use another layer. Let's add some red to this. All right, so if you're not a fan of pink, turn away, but I don't really use this paint. I wanted to use it, and I remembered it halfway during this long haul that I had it. These are the Distress Paints by Tim Holtz. This is Picked Raspberry. It's a fluid acrylic, so it will help pick up some of this stuff. Very fluid paint. see if I can get the rest in this pull. All right, look at that. Definitely got stuff up off the stencil. Okay. Now, to reveal what's left behind, let's gently lift this bad boy. So you see, got beautiful outlines left behind, and this is what it will look like from the other side. It's hard to tell exactly because of the color of the plate, because it's yellowed over time, but it'll look really cool. So I have to let that dry completely, and then I can come back and pull that with the final color. Okay, this is nice and dry, so I'm gonna take some of this soft body acrylic in gold, iridescent bright gold. This is a Liquitex paint, and I'm gonna do the final layer with this. Just wanna make sure I get enough, because I want to make sure there's full contact. Oh, is there something? Yeah, a little bit of something that is giving me streaks. All right, let's get our paper down. And I'm gonna let this dry for a few hours, so after it dries, I will come back and show you what it looks like. But while you're doing this, make sure that you get those edges really good, because those tend to dry up faster, your corners and edges, so make sure those get full contact so that you get every bit of goodness off that plate. So let's see, here's a preview. So that's gonna look really cool, really beautiful, elegant. I'm excited. This is gonna be very nice. Okay, all right guys, this is nice and dry. You can see how long I've let it sit because some of the oil off the plate is starting to seep through. That's okay, it's not gonna affect the print, it's just the back of the paper. Make sure you crack your edges so nothing gets stuck. And let's see. Oh, wow. Look at that beauty. Fantastic. Wow. Look at that. That turned out really, really nice. All right. So there you have it. It's a short, long haul using Becky Bokern's latest stencil, Love Lattice. And this is using the prototype, actually. But the final design available at Piemonte Studio. And let's see, we've got 23 prints plus this one, so 24 prints in total. It's not bad for a short, long haul. And these are some of the tissues. The prints on tissue. These definitely could use more layers, maybe some spraying, don't know. But we've got some fun papers to work with here. And then these are the other prints. It turned out really fun. These pink ones, they're gonna need, this one especially is gonna need something else on it, but for now they're great. Great colors. Got a black one. Very cool. This one's got a lot of stuff that came up from the stencils. It's got texture to it. Same with this one, with the gold. Black one. This was the mauve. This one's got some nice texture on it too. This one, and then the blue. Some of these will definitely get more work done on them, but for now, they are just wonderful. This one was cool. This is the ombre we tried with the white and that red. And this one was with the Pabeo blue-red iridescent paint. And that's our final print. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like. Anything. Hi, how are you? Or, you know, love your stuff. Just be nice in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great one. Bye.